Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Respiratory Therapy Department meeting for October 2025. Uh, we have a pretty jam-packed agenda, so we're going to get started straight away. And we have a special guest here to speak to us a little bit about patient safety and quality. Um, I'll go over the agenda. We'll have a brief reflection, and then I will be handing it over to Angelina. Hi, Angelina.
Hi there. How are you all doing?
Doing good. We
Do we?
likely. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, is it just us three?
It's us three. Yeah, it's a very cozy little Zoom department meeting. We'll
Oh,
likely get some more filtering in as the
okay.
meeting continues. But this one is being recorded and it will be shared to our department YouTube channel for people to view later anyways. So
Awesome.
uh, moving forward, the reflection, it is the same reflection that our CEO, COO shared with us moments ago. Every strike brings me closer to the next home run. Let's Babe Ruth. So the agenda again will have Angelina, our Director of Patient Safety and Quality, present. We'll go over some accounting, current events, RT equipment, team expectations again, the employee satisfaction question for this month, education, unit-based practice council. Just Danielle and Carrie are both not on, but I can speak to the work that they've been addressing recently. Scanning scores, positions, kudos, and the RT week raffle winners will be announced at the end, and then open forum of questions. So, without further ado, I will hand it over to Angela.
All right. Well, hi, Nguyen. Um, my name is Angelina, and hello to everybody that will see this after today. So I'm the director here in quality and patient safety, and so I'm just gonna share a little bit about really what our team does and how we're here to serve you. Um, I can tell you that out of there's six of us on this team. We have an infection preventionist named Christina. You probably know her. She's been here quite a bit. We have a quality analyst named Marjorie Delavati. She's usually over here in the corner of our quality department. She is literally our backbone. She's been here 30 plus years, and this lady just knows it all. So she is an excellent resource. We have Devarshi Oza, who is our quality program manager. And we have Amanda Silvera. She's our quality nurse. She's our quality manager. And she is the first quality manager in the Sacramento region market. We're kind of the pilot site. So, yeah, she took the place of our peer review nurse that we had. And we also have Bailey Bond, who's our sepsis nurse. And Bailey's here one day a week, and she also works remotely. She's a part-time employee, and she addresses all of our sepsis and cardiac concerns. So yeah, so basically quality is divided into three sections. You have things that are quality related, where it's very data driven. There's deadlines on us having to turn in data to different agencies, things to do with like leapfrog, blue distinctions, which has to do with Blue Cross and Blue Shield and ortho surgeries. And those are just a couple of examples of things that have to do with quality. Okay. Whenever you're doing process improvements and you turn in like the PIMS, that has to do with quality. Things that are regulatory, That's another arm of quality. Regulatory has to do with things like the Joint Commission or the California Department of Public Health. And usually, CDPH, the California Department of Public Health, they're the ones that give us the license for the hospital. And we have some other entities that fall under that license, but they're also the regulatory body that we get in touch with, like say if we have an adverse event, like a sentinel event, or we have, for example, we have an environmental disruption. Like recently we had the sewer leak that was downstairs. That all has to get reported to the California Department of Public Health. So what'll happen is, we self-report things to them, and then they'll come out and survey us. Sometimes they get complaints on us too, and they'll do surveys for those as well. Those they don't announce when they're coming. They only announce when they're coming on the self-reports, and a lot of times they'll combine the two, like say they got a patient, like recently we had pressure ulcer that we had to report. And when they came out for that, they also came out for a patient complaint. But we had caught wind about the patient complaint, so we were already ready for them when they showed up. So anyways, that's more the regulatory. OSHA too, things to do with OSHA, like if an employee gets hurt or something. Sometimes, usually there's a SAC region person through employee health that reports those OSHA reportables. If something happened to an employee, like a workplace violence, or they got hurt at work. But I'm their backup for Woodland, just like the other directors at the other sites. They're the backup. So in that case, I have to be the one. So that kind of falls under the regulatory umbrella. And then the third thing that quality does is risk. Okay, risk is the side where we deal with legal things like any legal problems, lawsuits that we have going on. That risk also covers like the IRIS system, like when you go in to report an incident into IRIS, that falls under the risk section because it's dealing with a problem that needs to get fixed or we need to educate to. And also on irises are not punitive. The whole purpose of the iris is so we can do better. We use that as a mechanism to report when things go awry. So this way we can work on ways for that not to happen again. A lot of times things happen or near misses happen and nobody gets hurt, and that's awesome. And that kind of gives us a heads up of, hey, this situation can go wrong. What can we do to prevent it the next time? So it's actually really educational at the end of the day, and not punitive. Also, things like investigations that have to do with, like, say we have an event, and it can range in severity. It could be something that didn't cause any patient harm or employee harm, or something that did. Okay, and based on the severity will dictate if it's more of like a patient safety roundtable discussion, or maybe it's an apparent cause analysis, which is a step up, or an event investigation analysis, which is usually done when there's more of a severe outcome that, say, happened to a patient or to a staff member. Okay, those are kind of deeper dives. So we'll do investigations on that, and we'll pull in, say, the leaders of that department, and then maybe investigate some of the staff to get their input. So that kind of, all that falls under the risk umbrella. And also something to think about is two things on risk and regulatory. we are here, quality is here to really serve you guys, okay? It's not about saying you're doing something wrong. It's about being here to help you. Sometimes on the legal end of things, a staff member may, for example, get subpoenaed as a witness, okay? In that case, me as I'm the risk manager here at the hospital under the risk section of quality. I would be there to help you navigate that along with our lawyers. Okay. That's something where I'm there right next to you as you're going through that, unless you didn't want me. That's a whole different story. Okay. But that's where I really come in. Okay. Also on the regulatory front of things, like if we have something that has to be reported to, say, CDPH, there's some things that we got a tight timeline that has to do with patient care. For example, let's use a pressure ulcer as a situation. Now, how would that affect respiratory? Well, you may come across a patient in ICU, for example, they got a pressure ulcer on their lip because of the ET tube. That is a perfect opportunity for you to raise the flag and say something to Brian or call me directly, actually, and I will make sure you have my cell phone to say, hey, this happened. We're putting it in Iris or whatever, but also to let me know about it because I got a timeline on when I got to report that. Any kind of event that happens has a 5 calendar day reporting period. And if we don't report it within that time frame, we get fined $100 a day after that. And they don't care about holidays. They don't care about Monday through Friday. They care about when was it discovered and when did we report. Okay. Tighter timelines are things like physical abuse and sexual abuse. Those are like 24-hour timelines. So the sooner I know about it, the quicker I can hop on it and do what I need to do. So I don't ever want any of your staff ever to feel like they can't call me, even if they just have a question about it. It's okay. 24/7, 365 days out of the year, you can get a hold of me. Okay. OSHA is another one that has some timelines attached to it. If there was like a workplace violence, for example, we have 72 hours to report that without getting fined. And also, depending on how bad something is, like if it ended up with a staff member having to have surgery, for example, it shortens the time. Now it might be 24 hours, or if there was a death involved, whoop, now we're down to I want to say it's like 4. So, it's always okay to please pull me in, even if it's just to ask the question. Okay. And then the last thing I want to say before I open it up for questioning is on irises. If you don't want to put your name on an iris, that is okay. There's an option on there to say to be anonymous, or if you want to say come talk to me and we have a discussion about it and you're like, I don't even want to put it in, I'll put it in for you, and I'll put it in protecting your name. I'll just say RT number 1, something like that. I won't describe you per se. I'll just put it in as an entry. So I know that was a lot, but at the end of the day, we're here to serve you all and try to make your life easier. So if you have any questions. No. Okay. Well, that's my spiel, Brian.
I love it. Thank you so much, Angelina. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you for inviting me. Oh, and you want me to put my phone number in the chat?
Yeah, actually, if you wouldn't mind, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll do that right now, and then I'll probably step off if that's okay.
Yeah, totally fine. I really appreciate it, Angelina.
You're welcome. All
Awesome.
right. There it is. Call
Perfect.
me.
Thank you.
All right. You all take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Let's see, and there's Angelina Vasquez, that is her number, should you need to contact her for whatever reason. Um, and we'll move right along. So, we do have quite a few slides to get through, so I'll go pretty quickly. I realize it's just you and I for. So with that said, productivity is year to date still. It's on the upswing. We did have a pretty big hit to the productivity earlier this year as we're getting out of the summer months. As we transition to fall and winter, we are seeing some more patients, even though currently we have a low census. We still are making some gains and some forward progress. So our target, of course, is 100%. We are significantly below that, but the trend line is going up. So that is good. Year to date overtime is 1.86%, which is below our target of 2, which is also great. And I'll take this time to say hello, welcome to Joanna and Melda, and Mike. So thanks for joining. Unfortunately, you guys just missed Angelina Vasquez, our Director of Patient Safety and Quality. She had a little presentation where she went over her whole team and what it is that they provide. This has been captured in the recording, and you can view it at your leisure, probably starting tomorrow if you so choose. But she did leave her number and name in the chat, said that her doors are always open. She is a couple doors down from me currently in administration in the first floor. So really good person, really good wealth of knowledge if you have questions regarding risk, safety, workplace violence, anything related to quality patient safety. Okay, that was a mouthful. Moving forward, current events, hospital skills fair. We've obviously gone through the September days. I believe we just have a couple employees that need to do it. Some of our new hires. These are the dates where they would be offered coming up here in November, which is just a couple days away. Hard to imagine. Also, Fit Flu TB clinics. I have reached out to some employees that are still needing to complete their ready set and their either flu declination or receiving a flu shot. Do keep in mind that starting November 1st, if you have a declination, requirement will be masking. That likely will go on in through to either March or April of next year. That's determined by the SEC. So be sure to get all of those tasks done with regards to either PAPR training, fit testing, TB, fit flu, and I will be sending up reminders for those who have yeah. Okay, let's see. Current events. This is just an email that came out, a memo from the hospital president. Actually, before I go on, I see Marta, Joanna, and Mike that you're off mute. If you're saying something, I can't hear you. Okay. I'm gonna keep going. You can throw something in the chat if you're trying to say something. As it stands right now, I can't hear you if you are. So this memo came out from Gina Bravo, our hospital president here at Roman Memorial Hospital, and basically what it addresses is the expectation and policy as it pertains to professional attire. This is something that we've touched on at various points in the department, and I thought it important to bring it to this group here, just because that not necessarily I'm seeing any infractions or infringements lately. But I'll just be mindful that the expectation, even as we get in through to the holiday season, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, that unless I bring it to your attention or there's official possible communication saying otherwise, that wearing our hospital issued scrubs is what the expectation is, and wearing any costumes or regular t-shirts is not appropriate and actually outside of what our policy and expectation is. So it isn't to say that we don't have days where we are allowing for folks to wear holiday themed shirts, but just be sure to follow the direction that hospital guidance for those dates specifically. And when and if there's come up, I will be sure to the team know. Also, believe it or not, it's daylight savings time is coming up shortly, November 2nd. Don't forget to follow that. And today, October 30th, starting in, well, it's already starting. There's people that are already in our DCR. We're doing a community outreach for our new Da Vinci robot surgical program. There is a full Da Vinci robot in DCR that folks can use to manipulate the arms, manipulate the various tools, just kind of get a little bit more familiarity with this new piece of equipment. It's cutting edge piece of equipment that we are currently implementing in our surgical suites. So there's a lot of students from the community, a lot of community members that are super interested. The DCR already is packed, but officially it'll be 12:30 to 4:30. If you have an opportunity to come and check it out, please do. This is, again, another email that came out from our hospital president a few weeks ago. It is really kind of huge milestone achievement for this facility. We have earned the 5-star CMS quality ranking, which is just absolutely phenomenal. This goes and checks a variety of metrics and outcomes from whether or not an individual gets a hospital-acquired infection or injury, how quickly we're able to discharge our patients, what the frequency is of readmission rates, a lot of different and subjective comments from surveys from the discharged patients that were with us for whatever service they had. So goes over quite a few different metrics. This is the highest ranking that you can get. It is significant in a lot of ways. It obviously points to the work that you guys do day in and day out, that we have this level of excellence and quality that's being recognized. But it also helps financially as the higher rankings that we have with the Centers of Medicaid and Medicare Services, the reimbursement rates for us and the work that we do get ratcheted up a bit too. So this is also something that is a public record. So when, especially when we go to open enrollment, as families and individuals are looking to see where it is that they want to receive care, this, along with a leapfrog scorecard, are the searchable items that regular patients can look to in order to make those decisions. And with A+ grade on leapfrog and 5-star CMS quality rating, our facility looks extremely attractive to those that are looking for a new hospital or just to start getting care with the coverage that it have in this new year. So again, major kudos. Everyone is involved in making this happen. There's no one department or team that makes this a reality. It's the collective efforts of everybody. So again, huge kudos, major pat on the back. This is really exciting good news. All right, RT equipment, again, just hanging slide month after month. Just make sure that when patient gets discharged or no longer needs equipment, that you are taking off the circuit, cleaning, dressing, bagging, tagging, and plugging in as necessary back either into a unit or back up to a worker. And again, gentle reminder, you guys are doing a great job, but tagging with the date and initials for those pieces of equipment that you're turning around, just to make sure that we have some capability. There have been some issues in the past where bagged piece of equipment that clearly had blood stains on it was up in the fourth floor. I haven't had that reported to me in quite some time, so you guys are, generally are doing a fantastic job, and compliance with this is good too. Same reminder with our inhalation water bottles. They manufacture guidelines, and also with collaboration for infection prevention state that we need to be switching these out within 24 hours. So I do make a little notation in a Sharpie on these water bottles when they need to be changed, so that the next staff member or the next shift can do that. Same thing is applicable for our ETADs. Manufacturer guidelines say that they need to be changed and documented every 3 to 5 days. The approach that we've done here, if and when we do have intubated patients, is to have them changed out in 3 days. So do please use the Sharpie, write on it when it needs to be changed out, so that following shifts are able to do so. And then just reminder, hand hygiene. Everybody is always being audited, whether or not you realize. Nurses, leaders, ancillary members are paying attention when you're entering and exiting rooms to make sure that you are doing the appropriate hand hygiene in and out, and if necessary, appropriate isolation precautions. So again, haven't heard anything regarding respiratory therapy, but just a reminder to keep doing what you're doing. Team. So again, another reminder, the accuracy of the paycheck is really your responsibility to make sure at the end of the pay period that the hours you worked are reflected accurately in your team, and that you're signing off on it. So really good job with that, and please continue to do so. All right, everyone's favorite slide, the My Voice survey. So it looks like we have 4 people in total for the meeting today. And I'll pose another question for you, just to maybe solicit some ideas or any kind of commentary as to why a score was relatively low in this particular metric. So the one that I picked out for this month is there is effective teamwork between physicians, nurses, in this hospital. Again, not a really bad score, but relatively low in comparison to the other metrics that were surveyed. So for those of you on the call, is this reflective of your experience? And if so, what are things that I can do to help facilitate better collaboration? Okay, I think that's well over 7 seconds of silence. Obviously, if you think of something you're too shy to speak, you can come to my office, email me, text me, type me. For what it's worth, my view from what I see walking the halls in Tele, and specifically also in the ICU, is that there's a lot of crosstalk, there's a lot of collaboration, a lot of communication about needs and plans of care for our patients, specifically the respiratory patients, between physicians and nurses and RT. But if that is not been an experience, please let me know so I can help make that better. All right, a couple of hanging slides. Again, just these are 2 resources that are available to offset the cost of to either continuing education, conferences, or certifications, EdAssist and the Education Fund. actually, there is a union rep, Red, I believe his name is, down in the cafeteria right now. If you have any questions about the Ed Fund or SEIU in general, he's down in the cafe currently, so, go and, say hello if you have some time, and, pick his brain if you have some questions. Education, it looks like there are a few classes left here on campus. PALS and ACLS look like they no longer are being offered at Woodland, but looks like BLS, there's a few classes that are available there. And please remember that for BLS, ACLS, PALS, and there are way more opportunities at our CLC Learning Center. And then again at the Cascade Learning Centers. So if you have some certifications that are going to do, please register really halfway. All right, Unit-Based Practice Council. So Carrie and Danielle obviously are not on the call. I know that their work now after the RT brochure is focusing back on making some final adjustments to the proposed RT protocol. It so far looks really good. This has been brought to Dr. Robinson. He is very excited and wants to get a crack at the final draft for suggestions and edits and what have you, but he at least has some buy-in, which is going to go a long way to sell and implement it amongst our hospital staff. So it's something that is long overdue for this department, and Carrie and Danilo are needed there across the finish line. So very impressed with that. Scanning scores. So again, this is something that I audit daily. It is generally very good. Super important. It's a national patient safety goal, making sure that the right patient gets the right medication at the right time. This can only happen if you are scanning and scanning those medication before you administer. So please continue to do that. Overwhelmingly, the department does really excellent. No new positions. Everything is filled. We are fully staffed again, and I think we are maintaining a really highly effective professional team. Very proud. Kudos. The Kudo board was not empty, but there was only one Kudo on it as of this morning. And this is a kudo to Luda for taking care of a baby in a complicated delivery. So thank you very much to Luda. And what you've all been waiting for, RT Week raffle. So Paul, you're on the call. You actually got the water bowl and the leash. Ina got the Bluetooth speaker. Elvis got the umbrella and mug. Nas got the wireless headphone, and Emily got the mug and bottle. So congrats. Here's to another RT Week 2025 coming and going faster than you can imagine. And here's to next year, 2026. So thank you all for participating. Thank you all for submitting kudos. And yeah, I think it went really well. And that concludes the RT department meeting for October. Questions, comments, concerns? Paul, it looks like you went off mute briefly, but I can't hear you. I'm not sure what's going on there, but hope everything is okay. If not, please text me or email me, and we'll see you all very soon. Paul, I'll make sure to get that prize to you as soon as possible as well. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.